Hey everyone, welcome to your Modern Maven Tarot Monthly Tarot. Before we dive into the tarot though, I wanted to go over the astrology briefly for November 2024 and also want to thank all of you for joining me. If this does end up resonating, please do hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with somebody who needs to hear this message. For November 2024, there's a lot happening astrologically. We're finally going to be entering Pluto and Aquarius, which is very exciting. But remember too, this is a very pivotal transformational period. This transformation for some people might happen overnight on a conscious level, but as far as the 3D level, we'll be going through some transformations for a while. Now, if you want to skip ahead to your tarot reading, I will have that time stamped. But if you want to stick around for a little bit, get a little bit of information, I also highly suggest that you check out astrology.com's calendar for November 2024. Take a look at your chart and see if there's any key highlights, specifically too, if you have a planet, let's say you have Mercury in Sagittarius, and we have Mercury entering Sagittarius on November 2nd. I would highlight that and then utilize that energy to the best of your benefit. Since this month is so transformative, we really want to stay grounded. So I'm going to remind everyone, the best thing you can do is constantly do your shadow work, all right? Your inner child wants to feel safe. Okay, and so the best thing you can do is continually do that, utilize that energy, because the more of us who individually do that shadow work, the better off the collective will be. Okay, so let's kick this off, and the full calendar again will be linked in the description of this video. Now, November 1st, we start with the new moon in Scorpio, okay? So this is going to be exciting. Exciting and scary, okay? Because, it's that idea of knowing that there's change, and change can be exciting, but it can also be scary because we're leaving the comforts of what we know, all right? Even if what we know isn't the best for us, there's still comfort in really expecting what's to come. Now, this new moon is very productive, okay? It'll help us plan for the future. And since it's a new moon and it's regarding transformation, let go of anything from your past identity. And I've already noticed this in the tarot readings that I've done so far. There is so much to embrace with the new, but we gotta let go of the baggage from the past to feel lighter, especially once we get into that air energy of Aquarius and Pluto. Pluto and Aquarius. So let go of your past self, get ready for the new, embrace the possibilities. So this new moon, even with all the chaos in the collective, personally set those intentions for yourself, for the collective, for what you envision the future, all right? And allow it to come to fruition. Now, November 2nd, Mercury enters Sagittarius. I love this because that energy is really bringing truth and honesty, okay? And so here's where this truth and honesty too, it's going to be for the rest of the year, where it's like, I want the truth, all right? You're going to want the truth. We have a lot of misinformation. We have a lot of energy of deceit that has been around. And this is a great time also for making travel plans, okay? So if you also want to explore learning more, if you've ever wanted to go back to school, now is the time to do it. And getting a better understanding of the world, okay, and the collective. And this will be great going into Pluto and Aquarius, connecting us all in the global community. So the more you can do to understand people who are outside of your, personal bubble of understanding, the better you will be in preparation for the insights that are coming to all of us, okay? But travel plans, get excited. You just had that new moon, so you actually might want to incorporate some travel plans in that new moon in Scorpio. Where have you always wanted to travel? Exploring and expanding your knowledge, okay? Now, November 3rd, we have Mars entering Leo. All right. Now, with this, we are going to feel more passionate about life, okay? However, don't forget, along with the heat, that Leo can bring the drama. So going back to your shadow work, the more that you can make that ego energy less confrontational, I guess, is really what I would say, the better off you'll be. I mean, sometimes we do have to allow that confrontation to come. It's just make sure that you're choosing your battles wisely, all right? Because the Mars and Leo, we're going to want to assert ourselves to defend our ego. And sometimes we don't necessarily need to get into the muck, all right? Now, remember, a lot of chaos. There's going to be so much baiting and trolling to get you to attach your energy to low vibe energies, all right? So rise above and focus on the future ahead. Focus on your new moon in Scorpio intentions, okay? And allow that flair for drama to allow you to shine, not to get in the depths of the muck. Now, November 11th, 11/11, I love this, Venus enters Capricorn. So this is where we're going to really get more serious and practical, okay? This is the energy of slow and steady wins the race. Now remember, Venus isn't only love, it's your finances and your health, okay? So when it comes to business relationships, your reputation, thinking practically about all of these areas of your life of relationships, health, wellness, finances. You're going to be feeling more practical, and you're also going to learn to align with people that make your life better. Okay, so this is where we really are going to start seeing the people who are putting in the work. All right, so if you are in a situation where maybe you feel like you're carrying more of a weight, you're going to start noticing the people around you who are doing just as much as you, and you're going to start gravitating towards those people. Okay, but this is the best time to get serious with everything. So we're wrapping up the year, we're tying up loose ends. And so if there's anything related to loose ends with your finances, with any business relationships, that's really something that will encourage us to tackle. Okay, now November 11th, I'm sorry, not November 11th, November 12th, Saturn goes direct in Pisces. Now, this is exciting because remember, we had Saturn going direct in November 2023 at the beginning of November. And now we have a full circle, okay, of a year. Now, Saturn has gone direct and retrograde in that time a couple times, but we get to go and reflect back on the last year. What challenges have you faced? How have you built your strength and resilience? These are questions we want to ask because we want to be our own cheerleader, okay? Especially leading up to the full moon and after this. So it's time to drop back into reality. So it's so nice that the day before we have Venus entering Capricorn, which is already energetically encouraging us to really get serious about what it is we want to nurture, okay? So when we get back into the reality, Saturn's pulling the reins back, all right, until the end of the year. Now, this is where we can use the lessons we've learned to build solid foundations. Okay, and emotional boundaries. That's important. Now remember, because Pisces, that's a big lesson with Pisces in general, is emotional boundaries. So this is setting us up for 2025. Now here's the big thing, because solid foundations, so important. If there's cracks in your foundation, we want to nip that in the bud right now, all right? And so here's where we need to ask ourselves, of all the areas I've grown, of all the areas where I've stepped out of my comfort zone, where am I still holding myself back? Because that's what we are going to want to accept the challenge of into the new year, all right? Utilize November and December to really flush out anything that is still left over from past identities, past chapters, okay? Now, November 15th, full moon in Taurus. So this is so lovely because Taurus rules Venus, right? And on November 11th, we have Venus going into a fellow Earth sign, Capricorn, a very practical energy. Now, this full moon in Taurus is going to be very grounding, okay? It's a very sensual full moon, actually. So it's really where this is the fork in the road, okay? Where we have to ask ourselves, what are our values, all right? If your values change, that is part of evolving. That is part of this higher consciousness. So this is a good time to really go over everything related to value and what you value, and also your valuables, okay? Because Venus, again, also rules finances, and Taurus is the ruler of Venus. So we really want to ask ourselves, like, perhaps there's things that you valued before, like material things that you don't value as much. Let's say that you always valued, buying really nice clothes. We're in Sagittarius season. You're thinking, you know what? That money that I've been using to buy clothes that I'm not wearing, I could put in a savings account to take that dream trip that I've always wanted to take. All right, that's the kind of like reassessing values here with this full moon. Really asking yourselves, where am I putting this money? And am I getting the satisfaction I used to get out of what I'm doing with my money? Okay, and again, like also putting out the energy of love. Please, 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 collective love. We need it so much. Now, the big one, November 19th, Pluto enters Aquarius. Okay, now Pluto is finally going to be here for the next 2 decades. So this really truly is the dawning of a new age. We have to remember that. Now it's the dawning of a new age, okay? And so while some of us might like consciously be already there and jumping in there, we really need to remind ourselves that this is going to take work, and Pluto's about power, okay? Personal power. Now we have Saturn direct, which is actually a positive thing because we're able to put that discipline and rising the challenge, the resilience into this new age of rethinking power, all right? Re-identifying what power is to us personally and power in the collective and how we want to see power play out in the collective. Okay, so we have to get ready though for what this brings, okay? It does bring the falling of empires, rebellion, but a new vision for the world. And so that's what you need to hold on to, is understand the process, send out love, and really believe in the dawning of a new age, okay? Now, November 21st, Sun enters Sagittarius, okay? So over the next 4 weeks, this is going to be really fiery, but really positive fiery energy, all right? This is where we are going to feel this sense of generosity and daring, taking risks, all right? Filled with this feeling of freedom. And we want to race to that new horizon of this new worldview. So we're really going to be pushed and amped to push forward Pluto and Aquarius energy, all right? So channel that energy to the best of your abilities. And remember, we also have Mars in Leo. So remember not to only do it for your own personal ego, but what you truly think is the vision for the future for all of us, not just yourself, but for all of us, okay? Really putting your passion into what is best for the collective and allowing your ego to shine in a manner that isn't just self-serving, all right? But this is going to be so exciting. This is bold energy. Put yourself out there, okay? Really do the things that you've always been scared to do. Because remember, we also had all of that Scorpio energy. So we're shedding, prior to this, we're shedding all of the things that have been holding us back. Now, November 30th. Oh, and right after that, we do have a Mercury retrograde, but it's really more about travel. So just pay attention to your travel plans during Mercury retrograde, okay? But Mercury retrogrades aren't always this doom and gloom. Okay, now November 30th, a new moon in Sagittarius. So we have 2 new moons in this month, okay? So this is a power-packed month. And remember, I'm only doing just the highlights. Go to astrology.com. There is a lot more details. Highlight these dates. Write a little note in your calendar, for setting intentions, for making daring moves, for doing everything, all right? Now, new moon, November 30th, new moon in Sagittarius. This is where we want to spend the last days of November breaking out of our comfort zone and expanding our horizons, okay? This is a good time to take a holiday trip. Again, going back to that Sagittarius energy of learning, expanding our horizons, traveling. Like, this is where we want to get excited, okay? So we're putting all that energy together, and now's the time to actually take these plans and be like, I am going to come and make them into my reality. All right. So it's a very exciting month ahead. I hope you all are excited. Remember, stay, as Pam Gregory says, stay on your eagle's perch. Stay focused on the future. Align with your values. Align with the people who also align with your values for the greater good of the collective. Okay. And now enjoy your tarot reading. All right, Libras, let's get into your reading. While I was clearing your cards, my goodness, major Fool energy. This is where I think Pluto and Aquarius is opening. It's just like you don't even recognize the energy that was before, all right? There, you had a lot of karmic energy, Libras, this past year, and there is this idea of being lifted in the air. Now, when you're being lifted into the air, though, don't forget the lessons you've learned, all right? Not holding on or harboring anything, but recognizing how far you've come and why you've come as far as you've come. There was this big message, though, with this Fool, that we do not want to repeat the way that we used to cope or mask, I'm getting, all right? There was a strong energy of the mask you wear. Now, so whatever your rising sign is, be mindful of that, okay? Your rising sign can obviously really help you. It's how you get your public recognition. But if we allow that mask to kind of almost like be sealed, like I'm getting, what was that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? Man in the Iron Mask. Like we don't want that mask to be our identity, all right? That was a very strong message that came out while I was clearing your cards. But the healing that's coming in is really emotional. And me as a Pisces, I can feel it a lot. And so I hope you're excited. Like I said, there's something here where it's like you step out of your house one day and it's like you step literally, it feels like into a new world or a new dimension. And so I'm so excited for you. I'm giving you a big warm Pisces hug. But whatever this is, look at that. Like this is where we really need to be mindful of when we're stepping out, okay, so like you open the doors and everybody's there cheering, right? That's that type of energy. When we step out, we want to step out with the identity that we are entering into this new age. We don't want to revert back into something that was comfortable for us before, okay? There is something here. Yeah, look at the Hanging Man, letting go. Strong Neptune energy too. Now, we have a lot of healing energy with Neptune and Pisces. That is an increase of water. Now, it can be floods for the collective, but also like I'm getting a flood of emotions. Do not hold back how you're feeling. We need to share our emotions with people, especially those that we're close to, because that vulnerability is not a weakness, all right? And it's just, and also too, not even like the vulnerability, but like if you're happy, like be happy. You know what I mean? There's just this energy of not masking because of how we think people expect us to be, okay? There's just something here, and it could be because of a heartbreak from the past, something we lost. It could be from somebody who, you know, a father figure, or somebody who was really controlling. That could be that energy too. But I just really want you to be mindful of all of that, because yeah, you allowing that moon energy. So check out where your moon is, what your moon sign is. There's so much gratitude. Like you're going to be basking in the sun. Okay. I just get this really strong energy. Sagittarius season 2. Now, you know, the sun is fire, but I'm really thinking that Sagittarius season is going to activate. And the moon is just really asking you, get to the subconscious. You know what your intuition is telling you. And we don't want to hide how we show or expect our emotions. And that's another thing, like your moon sign is a really strong indicator of how you expect and want emotional needs met, and then how you also give that to other people, okay? But yeah, I see a lot opening up for you once we can actually recognize why we go through the things we go through to build us and make us stronger, okay? All right, so let's see what we got going on for you, Libras. But seriously, like major Fool energy, all right? It's time to be authentically yourself. And yeah, let's just see what the cards have to say. Definitely take in charge. Oh, Pluto, I'm telling you, Pluto is here. Like I said, when you step out, it's going to be like major, okay? Major. This is so cool. Okay. Dang, look at you. Okay. OMG, Libras. Libras, this is crazy. I'm like, this is crazy. Okay, overall energy this month. The 6 of Wands. This is Jupiter and Leo. There's so much expansion. If you are somebody who has been wanting to be in the spotlight, get ready, because the spotlight is on you. And we're also connecting a lot to Libra energy, you know, the scales of justice being brought back into balance, Lady Justice, if you will. And so there is a lot of your energy being activated. So if you are on a platform where you are, you know, an advocate for that and working really hard for that, all eyes are on you this month, all right? And so like I said, that's why it's so important that we're really asking ourselves, what is the identity of myself that I am showing? That I really want you to ask yourself that, because you want to be authentically yourself, okay? There's nothing holding you back except for yourself. What you need more of, the wheel, Jupiter. Now, we have a lot, sorry, I'm only laughing because I'm thinking of, I have a 6-year-old, and there's she loves SpongeBob, and Matt Berry plays a dolphin in one of the SpongeBob movies, and the way he says Jupiter, it just makes me laugh in my head, so apologies for that. But anyways, okay, but the Jupiter energy is also very strong this month, and that expansion, look at Jupiter and Leo, the wheel, you need to work with the cycles, all right? That's going to be your key here. So if you're somebody where, you know, you like astrology, but you don't really like put it on your calendar, this is the month to put it on your calendar. So look at that link of all the astrology, look at your chart and highlight, like, especially too, if there's something you're lacking or wanting, and there's, you know, a certain day that or week where it's like, this is the time to work through this or to activate this, you know, a new moon, new intentions, a new business, like that kind of stuff. You can utilize this energy so much this month. And take a look at your Jupiter. what sign rules Jupiter? What house is your Jupiter in? Because that's where your expansion is, okay? Your expansion is going to come from that area in your life. What you have the right amount of, this is what I love, the Lovers. Now, this is Gemini, so you have a lot of support. And so that's where I feel a heavy emotional energy, because it's sometimes we can feel, we can isolate ourselves in a sense with our thoughts, especially air signs can do this. And you have so much support, okay? That's, I think, the biggest thing is you need to recognize is you have so much support. And I think you are recognizing it. I think you're seeing that. And I think that's like part of the clicking too, is this, you know, what Pluto and Aquarius brings in with the community and all of this energy and us lifting each other up. This is fascinating though, because what you need less of is the Knight of Coins. And so there is, now, I don't know if this is a partnership. I want to get some clarity on this quick, because this is something where I want to, what is this Knight? I rarely do this, but I really want to know who this Knight of Coins is. Okay. It's definitely a partnership. Oh, interesting. It almost feels like there's, that's interesting, some competition for your attention almost. And I think I'm getting some restlessness here, all right? I'm getting restlessness, and you're moving away from something. This is a big shift, but I think it's mentally. I do believe that there's something or someone where we really felt like the energy is just not what we thought it was, okay? And it's something where this is like a mental mindset move away. But this is you taking control. And so I think that we get comfortable, right? And this is where that energy is coming back into your life. And so you really want to accept it, because what you can change, look at 8. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't even see this until I said that. 8 of Wands, what you can change. This is rapid communication, fast forward movement, confidence. I mean, this is going out there, and it's like traveling and, you know, making, like, if you want a new job, like booking, or like putting your resume out there and, you know, stuff like that, where your ability to say yes to things is what you can change. I think that we kind of have put ourselves in a place of not allow it, like this expansion is here. But remember, tarot is a choice. So this expansion is here. And the biggest thing is for you to say yes. Say yes to the new. Say yes to the things that are expanding. Sagittarius. This is Mercury in Sagittarius. And I do believe Mercury in Sagittarius. Yes. November 2nd. So again, just to recap, truth and honesty of the name are the name of the game for the rest of the year. And it's most important to say what you mean and mean what you say. This is a great time for making travel plans, going back to school, and understanding the world. And so I do think that what you can change is related to that, okay? You're going to have a lot of shifts in how you think, how you speak, how you communicate. You're going to see how saying yes is opening everything up to you. I feel like we've been playing it safe almost. And maybe that's why the Knight of Coins is here, because, you know, coins, earth energy, they tend to play it safe. They don't like the change. Also, you know, you're a cardinal sign, and there's something here to that, like, ooh, like this is where, like, there's comfort in something, right? But you're back on the yes train is what I get. What you need to accept though, the 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is Saturn and Leo. 5 of Wands, what I find so fascinating, because this is what your focus is, but this is what you can change. This is Saturn and Leo. So while, yes, you have expansion of your ego, you have some strong lessons to learn with your ego. So with Saturn going direct in Pisces, we want to look back at the last year. Remember, Saturn went direct November 2023. It's been direct since then, right? It's gone retrograde and direct again, but it's going back direct again. This is, I mean, what perfect time for reflection. Look back on the last year, okay? Especially when it comes to our concept of power struggles, okay? Because that's an internal thing we got going on. And I feel like we think that there's constantly this tug and pull from outside energy, but that is coming from within, all right? And that's what you can change. You can really recognize this concept of power struggles. Now, this is also something that says choose your battles wisely. So do remember, Even though you got a lot of wonderful, fantastic energy here, collectively, there's a lot of disruptive, a lot of fiery energy. And so we do want to be mindful to choose our battles wisely. But the end of the month, hello, the Fool. I am blown away, Libras. Like, this is everything that you need, okay? This is stepping out into the great unknown. This is a whole new mask, okay? And so this is the thing, is like the mask is just you. All right, you need to show yourself exactly who you are. I feel like you, like I said, there's something to mask and masking. And so, maybe that is something where, that's a trait of certain people with neurodivergent, ADHD and autism, like masking, especially those who, are able to, you're on the spectrum, but you're still like able to socially mask, right? And so there is a strong energy of that, but I want you to step out there and not look back and not run back in to grab that mask that everybody's used to. All right. Like, this is something where it's like you have to be fearless and bold and rebellious, but rebellious in a different way. That's what I find so interesting, is this rebellion isn't something that is traditional rebellion. Okay. And we're going to have a lot of strong Uranus energy coming in too. So do be mindful of that, because I'm just getting a lot of exciting energy. So let's see what past life energy is here. Related to, let's see, what do I want to see past life energy? I like the area of what you need less of, because I'm very curious. Oops. Ooh, look at, good gracious, knighthood. So the other thing with knights is loyalty. Okay, now you're a very loyal sign, Libras. Like, you're somebody who shows up for others. Unfortunately, you show up for others more than you show up for yourself sometimes. And so let's dive into that knighthood, because that's why I think we're struggling with this. Okay. Once a knight, always a knight. You receive this card as validation of your inner knighthood. Whether you're a man or a woman in this life, you have the heart and mind of a knight. Most likely, you've long had a fascination with tales and images of knights. You may collect knight figurines, decorate with knight-related artwork, or even dress up as a knight during costume parties. Or, like me, love the Renaissance Festival. In relationships and careers, you're drawn to defend those who are weak or vulnerable. You may choose a profession that puts you into a guardian or protector role. It's essential that you only work for organizations that you fully believe in. As a knight, you're loyal to those who earn your respect. Otherwise, you are not happy, okay? And so that's where I think this past life energy is so tied to the people that, because you are so loyal, because you do want to help, like I said, this is about you putting yourself first, okay? But putting yourself first in not an ego way, putting yourself first in allowing all of that past energy, all of that past chapter to be part of the past and stepping into the future, okay? This is stepping into the future. So let's see what archetypal energy is affecting you right now. What archetypal energy is affecting Libras for November 2024. Ooh, trickster. Interesting. All right. Trickster, light attributes, transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. Shadow attributes, manipulating, oh, good gracious, manipulating others through duplicity. Now, I paused because I was very drawn to these cards. Like, okay, this is what is so cool, because this is Jupiter and Leo, right? And then we see this. So do you see the peak of this here? And then look it up here. So this is really connected to all of this expansion, okay? Transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. There's almost something here to, because of a mask that we've been wearing, we've almost been conditioned into that. And this is, I really get that this is you, or this is somebody who is like almost showing the way of like, yeah, you can do that, you know? But I get this more of like, this is, if this is somebody showing you, it's going to have a strong influence that you just need to be true to who you are, not true to what people expect of you, okay? Okay. Now, what dragon energy is affecting? Okay. Pure white dragon from Orion transforms your ascension knowledge into pure wisdom. Process what you know. Act with truth and honesty. Let your wings of light grow and expand. Yeah, this is where we don't want to hold ourselves back because, like I said, of expectations of others. Now, Earth and Air Dragon represents a perfect balance of heaven and earth. Stay balanced, ground your visions, and manifest your hopes and dreams. And this is perfect because of the earth and you, okay? And so ground that stuff. This is where, again, things are going to be moving fast, and we're going to be air energy in a fire season with Sagittarius season, with this Uranus air energy lifting us up by the end of the month. Just make sure you stay grounded, okay? We don't want to get lost in the clouds. That's an important message for you, is making sure you stay grounded, because you've got a lot lifting you up, which is exciting. But staying grounded isn't going back to what we know, all right? That's an important message for you. And just when I said that, a little sparrow peeked in here. And so I do think perhaps maybe somebody from a past life is peeking in on you right now. Okay, so what else do we got here? Citrine abundance. Amazing. Citrine's easy to find. Carry some with you. Have that excitement. There's a lot, like I said, Jupiter and Leo, expansion with 8 of Wands. Like, there's so much abundance in your life, okay? There's so much here. And like I said, you have to let go of other people's expectations of who you are or what you are, okay? So let's get an empowering question to help you with that. What empowering question is going to help Libras this month? Perfect. What gives me great joy? What is it that gives you great joy, okay? Focus on that. How can you incorporate that into your life right now, okay? All right, Libras, we are going to do one clarifier, and then we're going to close this out. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, please hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Maven Tarot, and share this with somebody who needs to hear this message. And let's get a final clarifier. Oh, look at that. 6 of Cups 2 at the bottom. Libras, this is exciting, okay? Empress, earth energy, all right? Nurturing, mother. This is that Mother Earth energy. So this is where we're heading, right? And so this is something interesting to that, because your polar natal sign Aries got this in an area, and this is what we need to remember. Like, this is what we're entering, okay? Now, here's the deal. You can enter that mindset whenever you want, okay? You can focus on that inner joy, all right? The childlike wonder, and still recognize like what is going on around you, but not be attached to it, okay? There's just something here to really recognizing you can step into the Empress. You can step into Pluto and Aquarius anytime you want. But actually too, if you can take a chance, not a chance, my goodness. If you can watch Pam Gregory's, what is it? I think it's her new moon in Scorpio. We have like a big decision on what we're going to, which path we're going to take, okay? And all signs for you are saying, take the new path, take this new step into the future. But there is a part of you, because of this knighthood, because of this loyalty, staying attached to the what you know, the low vibration, the Capricorn, Pluto and Capricorn timeline, right? But look at, you're stepping into that. Just don't go back, all right? That's just something that is very strong here. Stay aligned with where you're going. Get that vitality, hold on to it, and recognize the things that you need to work on within to clear it. This is a month for shadow work for everybody, mind you, okay? Utilizing a little bit every day is going to help you so much. That shadow work journal, I'm telling you, it's amazing. All right. There's guided meditations on YouTube. Just please work on that to clear whatever it is related to power struggles, blocks, fears, limitations connected to our ego that prohibits our expansion, because we dive into that. Okay. So anyways, thank you so much again, Libras. As always, shine your inner light. You've got this.